dark time.
Decay puts the Maywall down, looking for a good place to drop that Blizzard. OG drops the Supercharger in the meantime here. There's the ice block. Waiting for that defense matrix to be down. AKM coming in with the Death Blossom. Closer even gets a boop in on the bloodthirsty support action. Zachary with a couple of headshots, and Dallas will hold. The top Blizzard coming in. Perhaps, no, not quite yet. Just Roar's Supercharger, but it doesn't last. AKM with a shot to the face of Decay, and Surefour responding with his own Reaper plays a kill on the Harry Hook and Gladiators. Despite the Blizzard, able to fight Dallas off again. Maybe Zachary, no, he can't quite turn it around. It's not going to be enough.
Through the next probably 2-3 pushes.
Yeah, that's a nice thing for Dallas is one win and they've got this map tied up. AKM, the sneak around the side. Oh, Maywell doesn't block off completely. He's going to use that Death Blossom right away. And Note catches another one. 2 kills for AKM and Harry Hook with the follow-up. OG frozen on the point, but that's okay because there's no real pressure on the tank right now. And Dallas, just as smoothly as Gladiators took it away, will take it right back. And they might be able to just win the round right here. Can anyone get there? Looks like Lucio very close. Big Goose can't quite make it on the point. And we are tied up on Lijiang Tower.
That time, Dallas actually closes.
As Dallas tries to push forward here. A lot of damage onto Zachary. Doesn't want to have to use that ice early, but he does. It's blocked for a bit, but AKM from behind. The flanks from AKM have been so good on this map. Gets 3 just on his own there, and that's an easy retake for Dallas.
Yeah, but by that token, the Gladiators only, again, used the...
Trying to flip the point back again. Gladiators will get near 90%. That's going to be about it. Dallas should be able to retake here as soon as they deal with the Tracer.
Yeah, it's all about touching right now in this OT situation. They're going to get the Wrecking Ball there. They have a Tracer.
Wrecking Ball barely touched here. Overtime ticking away. Decay on the Tracer now. Roar down. Surefour as well, and slowly the Gladiators, maybe not so slowly, running out of people to contest this one. And a hard-fought Lijiang Tower at the end. Looks like it's going to go the way of Dallas Fuel. Not much more the Gladiators can do. That's it.
And sometimes it's those cute little plays.
Well, they took the point. Nice hook on Decay. Oh boy, that helps.
That's how it should work.
Moved a bit too far forward in that last fight, but this time things looking a bit better. Now they're going again. Surefour throws in the Dragon Strike. Everybody manages to dodge that. They've got the Immortality filled out right now, an Amplification Matrix down for closer. Harry Hook did have to use his Transcendence though, so the Zen Ultimate out of the way, but with a kill into Surefour. Dell's still looking good in this fight as they push under the point, and there goes Void, and doesn't seem like the Gladiators are going to be able to stick with this one too much longer. That was a nice sleep on Zachary, but there was just no damage to follow up, I believe, onto Surefour, but the kills haven't been coming in. And now Zachary throws down the Blizzard. AKM following it up with his own damage, and they're chasing Big Goose all the way back to whatever lake he flew out of initially. And Dallas Fuel looking like they might just take point B right here. No respawns can get there in time, and a blazing fast time for the Dallas Fuel.
To the Gladiators, they got to make this work.
The EMP comes in, hits 2 members. OG in a note that tank's taking the EMP. Can Dallas keep them alive? Meanwhile, the blade comes in. Ice block, can he get? He does get to closer. That's a big one, and AKM taken out in midair. Decay doing what he does best. Getting kills on this Genji, and it looks like they can take point A. That was 4. That was 5, I think, in the end, from Decay. That is how you take point A.
Looks scary.
There. Surefour is still trying to do what he can here, but the kill into OG, they're looking pretty good.
The wall
out of the way as well. And now Surefour chasing down AKM. Don't know if he can get out of this one. He does get a little bit of healing here.
I don't think he can do it.
Well, Zachary's down. Reaper beat Reaper. Surefour coming on top of that one, and he just lives so long. The damage starting to pile up. He's got another Death Blossom. And the Gladiators picking apart the Dallas Fuel on point B right now.
They got to get through this. Orisa and Surefour is down, and the respawns are coming through. Fuel is going to hold.
OG has another Supercharger here, so in the end, despite all the indications, they're able to push the Gladiators. Use the ice block. OG in front of the wall. A little bit of trouble here, but we're already down to OT. Gladiators must win this fight. AKM coming through with the Death Blossom, and Decay and Roar drop. Dallas Fuel will hold again, and it looks like they're only going to give about 60% at this point over to the Gladiators. Great defense from the Dallas Fuel.
Excellent defense, Toa.
Yeah.
But again, a Blizzard that it does nothing towards the point.
He's at the Coalescence as well. OG gets cut off. They gotta save their Orisa. Zachary trying desperately just to freeze people. Supercharger goes down on both sides now, and now Zachary walking in. Nope gets a big kill on Roar with that self-destruct and Void out of the mech as well. And we talked about this being the push they needed to succeed with, and it looks like they're doing exactly that.
Yeah, no sound barriers and no blizzards used in that engagement either. So the initial pickup, thanks to the self-destruct.
So with a little bit of an ult advantage, they're going to push ahead with the sound barrier. Now the Fuel, the one's getting aggressive, but here comes the Blizzard. Maywall comes in to try to block some of that damage off, and the Coalescence from Harry Hook as well, just kind of keeping the Gladiators at bay. They're going to go ahead and use their sound barrier in the face of AKM's Death Blossom. Zachary, though, with a headshot onto Roar, or onto Void rather, as he tries to use his ultimate. Looks like Zachary's going to clean the rest of this one up as well, along with his DPS counterpart, and that's going to be point B taken by the Fuel.
And you see how the Fuel are playing.
It's all about building the ultimates right now. They know they can't fight head-on against the Gladiators, so they got to take a bit of time anyway.
Oh, stops there, beautifully done.
You know, I thought that one wasn't so great because it got stuck on the wall, but turns out it was in exactly the place it's talking to from the coach. I gotta be careful about the pronunciation of that one. Dallas Fuel coming in with the sound barrier though. But they're all gonna get frozen into K's Blizzard and AKM, maybe the Death Blossom. No, the sound barrier's there, and Surefour the Reaper getting the kills instead, despite the kill onto Roar. The main tank down, but Gladiators winning this fight, and that's gonna be it. I don't know if the Fuel are even gonna have anybody to get there.
It's gonna be tough for sure, and no, they are not.
And a good defense from the Gladiators. On the outside looking in, OG. Oh no, it's a lot of headshots, but they stay alive for the moment here. Closes their mortality field down, but now OGE is down as well. And Gladiators looking pretty good here on point A, and I think this big comp for Dallas did not work out the way they hoped.
Well, there wasn't really an opportunity to get the pick comp rolling.
No, not really.
Because of how we've seen a lot of these set plays coming up. First off on the Dallas Fuel, and going to keep it moving, and there's so much time for Los Angeles right now left on the clock.
Another Coalescence from Shaz already. Dallas Fuel on their last legs on Kings Row. AKM down. Gladiators is pushing forward. That's point B. No contest from Dallas Fuel, and there's so much time. 5:20. So AKM gets there at the very end. There's a delay a little bit, but AKM drops immediately. Blizzard comes in from Zachary right on the payload. They're 0.46 meters away. Void with the kill onto Harry Hook already, and only the sound barrier stands between Dallas Fuel and the end of this map, but they can't stay on the payload, and the Gladiators get a win on the board. Yeah, not quite sure. Must have been a reason behind the decision, obviously, but for now, the Dallas Fuel having to defend a little bit later. Zachary having used that ice block early. Sound barrier now. Oh, and Zachary's Blizzard got eaten by Void. He went for it. That's why you saw the ice block for
oh, boy.
Surefour. Oh, the 3K note, responding with 2 of his own. And the supercharger, but it doesn't count as much. Looks like Gladiators are going to keep this payload moving, though.
Yeah, it was an impressive counter self-destruct by a defense.
Let's watch this one again.
Watch it from Surefour's perspective. That's just good. Just good at Maywall.
I mean, he has a supercharger as well. That's a lot of damage coming out of that Death Blossom.
Well, they're actually going to try and defend this one more time.
They got back there in time. They actually did force out the sound barrier as well, which is not bad. Trilled down, and here comes another Coalescence from Shaz. Looks like they took point A during the scuffle anyway. So Dallas Fuel dropping, but you know, I don't know. They got both support. Here comes AKM. Got the sound barrier, got the durability, but does he have the damage? Doesn't look like he does right now. Self-destruct comes in for Void, but no kills. Meanwhile, the Gladiators pushing the payload a few meters more. AKM and Closer down, and the Gladiators in the end of this fight just kind of grinding through the Dallas Fuel.
And it was the only tool that the Fuel really had during that fight, so you might as well try and throw it in their damage mitigation. Too good on the side of Los Angeles, and they're coming up on quite a few ults yet again. They should be able just to get the point
Done now.
Zachary here, sitting on that Blizzard. They get some value out of it. Coalescence just to approach the payload. Closer gets caught.
Oh, but Note catches Roar, and AK with the kill into Decay. This is huge for the Dallas Fuel. Zachary down, and Shaz once again with another Coalescence kill onto Harry Hook. So Shaz trying his best to carry the S side. Here comes the Death Blossom right now. Void popped out of the mech by AKM. Sound barrier now, and AKM with a kill onto Roar. The tanks are down. And AKM pushing through the back lines. It looks like this may be where the push ends for the Gladiators. Looks like it will be. So in the end, the Dallas Fuel may have given up a fast point A, but they stopped the Gladiators cold on C.
Yeah, still
The ultimate to Node's defense matrix, and now the Dallas have a chance to push forward here. Zachary down, Surefour putting it back in the Gladiators' hands. Here comes the self-destructed Harry Hook, gets caught by it. AKM down as well after Zachary got res. Sentence from Shaz as the Gladiators get back on the point. They've got the Wrecking Ball, they've got Harry Hook run over by Void and drilled down. So the Gladiators at the end finally picking up the members of the Dallas Fuel, and it's really looking like we're gonna go to a map 5. Just have to deal with the Tracer, and that's it. Time for a tiebreaker.
Going to map 5, Gladiators or Shaz.
The Gladiators nearly taking the point back right there. They lose AKM, or they take out AKM rather. Supercharger now for them. Coalescence from Harry Hook as they try to push back in again. And there's the sound barrier from Big Goose. Looks like Gladiators have the point again, and they are close to 99%. The Dallas desperate to retake, but I think they've lost too many people. It's only the D.Va, the Moira, the Lucio on the point right now, and by the time AKM gets there, don't think there's gonna be much he can do. Note trying desperately in a mini D.Va form to keep it alive. That's not gonna work. OG, nice adaptive shield, but there's only so much a Wrecking Ball can do. And that should be the first round going over to the Gladiators. The Blizzard does get eaten by Void on top of all of that, and that's a dominant first round from the Geese.
Yeah, it's hard to come back from losing those first couple.
Now the Dallas Fuel have to try to take it. Shaz coming in from the flank, still untouched, as Dallas really can't put a lot of pressure on him right now, unless a Hanzo arrow comes in. That grenade didn't do a whole lot. Void tries to use that self-destruct, but nobody from Dallas gets dropped. Zachary has a Blizzard out, and now Note gets one with his self-destruct, and at the last moment, the Dallas Fuel do flip it, and they are going to get a little bit of control going. Now on his own Doomfist.
Yeah, they're coming back in. They need to clean up these stragglers from the Dallas Fuel. That's the flip, and they're trying to get back the Fuel.
Closer down, they've only got the Wrecking Ball, and they've only got Harry Hook to try to contest right now. Note gets popped out of the mech, and there goes the rest of Dallas Fuel, and there goes their chances of winning this series. In the end, the Gladiators, the Geese, able to come up big and get the win.
And that'll be the first reverse sweep ever, I believe, for the Gladiators.
That's right.
Or should I say the big